Welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for people who find themselves on this video without any Pisces anything, but you hella resonating. Okay, that means the reading's for you too. Who cares what's in the title? All right, let's get started. Pisces, the message that I got is that it's time for you to step into your power, okay, and bring your destiny into fruition. The more you step into your power, the more your destiny kind of comes to you. Yeah, I got frozen earlier. The live stream froze. Let me just pull some cards. Oh, shoot. And so it starts. All right. I'm just going to pull a few cards. All right. Just pulling from the decks that are calling to me. Oh, okay. 4. All right, guys. Almost ready. Almost ready. What deck? Okay. All right. So this, and then I'm told galactic cards. Ooh, this is about to get real interesting. Whenever this specific deck, I forget the name of it at this point, whenever this specific deck comes up, it's going to be a very intense message for the galactic side of you, celestial, starseed, whatever you want to call it. So I'm told this deck, keep it right here. All right, let's get started. Ooh, ooh. Pisces, you're being called into active duty. Active duty. 22033 Very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. So here goes. Card number 3, be fearless. You serve as a lighthouse, Pisces. When you allow yourself to dim your shine in order to better fit in, you are enabling the continuation of a darker existence. It's time for you to serve in the way you promised to serve on a soul level. What this means is that you have access to certain types of truths due to your very unique perception. Pisceans can see the world and individuals in such a unique way. We often get shamed for this. We often get told, oh, you're such a dreamer. Oh, you're this and that. How about shut the fuck up? I'm ovulating. Don't mind me and my aggression. I'm noticing the very things that society is trained to shame you for tend to be the very things that make you too powerful to be controlled. When you can see through the bullshit and actually know the truth of the situation, their intent, what the end thing is, that makes you very powerful. You then now have the ability to decide what you're going to do with a higher level of understanding, seeing more of the cards, if you want to put it that way. So you serve as a lighthouse, card number 3, 3 being the number of a solid foundation. You are solid in your truth. Stop believing these people who tell you that you're unstable. Okay. How about these people who shame you for being a highly sensitive, deeply feeling being? We recognize that every single time you level up to a higher level of consciousness, you become that much more raw, not that much more outspoken. I'm talking about raw, where layers are shaved off of you. And I don't know if you've ever shaved and cut your skin. Ooh, the sensitivity of that, the sting from every little touch. Ooh, when you are a sensitive person, that means you exist on a higher level of frequency. That means you have a higher level of consciousness. And your problem is not the sensitivity. Your problem is you exist in this world that loves to abuse its members in every single way, every single day. That's the problem. And you're sensitive to that. You're sensitive to that to make you aware of that. Is that a weakness? Absolutely not. Is that a strength? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the very ability to feel that gives you a very solid indicator that you have risen, are rising in your level of awareness. Because you can't exist in this world aware and not feel some kind of thing. Knowing what's happening in different nations, knowing what's happening in different cities to different people. If you don't feel some kind of way about that, let me not be mean. So, card number 33, transformation. You are here not just to transform yourself, but to transform the world. How do you transform the world? By first transforming yourself and allowing other people to witness it. You serve as a lighthouse. They don't know what light is until they witness you and your light. Bottom line. Okay. So, this reading is really for not just Pisceans, but empaths as well. Okay. And guess what? Every single human being has some level of empathy. Empathy is being able to feel like it's happening to you, not just feeling bad for you, but feeling what you're going through, where you can put yourself in their shoes. And it's, I don't know, it's both a blessing and a curse to be able to do this because boy, does it hurt. Boy, does it hurt to the point of crippling pain, knowing how people unnecessarily suffer. Does that make you weak? Does that make me weak? Or does that make me better positioned to allow my passion that rises from my compassion to empower me to be the change that I'm looking for? Let's hold up. Michael wants me to check this. Okay. Ooh, com, com, as a prefix means with, together, in association, completely. It occurs in loan words from Latin for commit. Mhm. Compassion, passion together, passion to reunite us. Mm, 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 mm. I'm just saying. People think compassion is a weakness. I think that logic is the weakness. That very logic is the disease that's allowing society to continue to degrade. You have to have compassion for others. Most importantly, you have to have compassion for yourself. When you have become proficient with having compassion for other people, those who exist outside of you, you then have to do the next very important thing, which is to learn compassion for the self. So many of us who have become aware to a certain level, when we speak our truth, when we stand up for ourselves, it becomes this thing of, I know better though. I should have been more compassionate. I shouldn't have been honest. Michael had me write some shit last night. Let me, let me share this shit. Okay. Where is it? Stop trying to say things nicely and instead say it as truthfully as possible. The world needs less fake gloss and so much more light from truth. Mm, mm, mm. Let that really sink in. where we're trying to play this role. Again, it's this theme for Pisceans and empaths where we feel obligated to fill some role for someone else. They're looking for a mother figure. Hey, I'll be that. They're looking for a sister figure. Hey, I'll be that. They're looking for a hero. Hey, I'll be that. They're looking for a healer. Hey, I'll be that. They're looking for someone to villainize so they can find someone else to feed off of as their next hero. Hey, I'll be that. How about no? How about no and leave it at that? How about no? I don't need to explain myself. This is my need. My need tells me no to you. And yeah, that's it. No, I don't need to be your mother. I don't need to be your sister. I don't need to be your friend. I don't need to be your savior. I don't need to be your healer. I don't need to be your villain. I don't need to be your hero. I don't need to be any of that. I just need to be and allow myself to figure more of myself out. If you want to join me on my journey, beautiful. If you don't, have a nice trip, no hard feelings. I'm here to exist as a lighthouse, first for myself, and then for those who choose to be around to witness it. You want me to save you? Then just watch. What am I saving you from? I don't know. Am I really saving you? Honestly, I don't think so. Um, I think you witnessing me existing in my most authentic expression of my truth gives you the cajones to begin existing in your own authenticity. That's fucking powerful shit. That is powerful shit. We don't even have to agree. When that's your end goal, allowing your presence and existence to simply be experienced, that's some powerful shit. Because you then take away this hidden group thing that tells us we have to be divided, that tells us you're right, they're wrong. You have to force them to see that you're right. I don't have to force no one to do shit. You don't agree? Okay, good. You're thinking for yourself. You feel the need to correct me? Oh, well, that's cute. Because I don't need you to agree with me. I also don't need to accept you criticizing me unnecessarily, trying to dominate me and my thoughts, and my sovereign right to choose for myself. Bye. Oh no, but you no, there's no buts. My heart felt it. I have lived enough in my 40 something years to know when my heart feels this way, it's headed down a specific thing. This is not ego. This is my heart telling me, honey, are we going to repeat this lesson again? No, I love you. We're not doing this again. The people who do this to you are the people who do this to everyone. You will not change them, just like they cannot change you. They have no interest in hearing your side. Their only interest is hearing enough to know what platform to use to launch another attempt to dominate your sovereign right to process your life, what you are witnessing, and come to your own conclusions. There's a difference between listening and trying to really hear what you are saying because I want to understand you. Because there is something you are presenting me that might change the way I see the world. But that's my right to choose how it changes or if it changes. But I'm going to listen and really hear the words. What is your stance? And this is no longer about trying to agree, trying to find a way to negate their no. I really am hearing you. I'm listening, actively listening. Tell me more. What is your personal opinion on this? It's different than mine. Is one more right than the other? Why is it different? Why do I think the way I do? How much more accurate is what they believe in comparison to my own? Yeah, no, it doesn't resonate with the truth as I've lived it. Thanks for that opportunity to question myself. That really created a huge opportunity for me to see how accurate my beliefs are for myself. Thank you for that. And this can be done all through energy just by listening, actually listening. When someone sits in front of you and they're like leaning forward, like waiting for you to stop talking so they can interject, how they know more, That's not a conversation. That's information harvesting to plan the next step in their attack. I'm not interested. Bushido. Live by the code of Bushido. Anyone who is deemed an easy opponent to dominate, to beat, to neutralize, that is not a worthy adversary. I will not waste my time on you. I will not engage you. I will not. You can continue to believe whatever you believe. You can villainize me. You can go around and talk about me and how I'm crazy, my passion is insanity. Um, the fact still remains. You have been deemed by my heart and my mind in accordance with the will of my soul as an unworthy adversary. Try a lesser person. But also understand, I'm not a pushover. So if I engage you, that's because I've followed all the pathways and I know how to neutralize you because of my perfectionism, which crippled me for a large portion of my life. Because of that very perfectionism, I will not engage you unless I'm assured I can win. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how big your following is. When I engage you, not only have I deemed you someone worthy of my wrath, I am assured by my soul I will dominate you so that I can shut you up and help you understand as a sovereign, you don't have the power to do any of that to me or anyone else. And sometimes that is how you need to understand what is happening in front of you, where people are brought to you because you have that type of steel, where life has pounded you and pounded you and pounded you. You've been run through all sorts of really hot fire. Why? Because you're being punished? Because you're a bad person? I beg to differ. How is a sword forged? First, it's smelted, it's combined with all these other elements to make it something that can withstand the fire and withstand the pounding. And after you've gone through all of this pounding and Pisceans, I really hope this resonates because I think of all the signs, Pisceans are the ones that take the most pounding from narcissists, from family, from friends, from work. They think you are an easy target because why? Is it because you are an easy target? Or is it because you're powerful enough that you've stepped back from your power and allowed them the permission to believe this about you? Mm, I think it's the latter. I think it's because you've allowed them to believe that you're an easy target. Because there's this part of you that believes you are. And I'm here to tell you that you're not. I'm one of you. Not only am I Piscean, I'm also an empath. Not only am I a Piscean empath, empathic Piscean, I've also been the target of so many people. So many people. And I recognize after quite a bit of time, I recognize there's something within me that draws this. It's not about fault or blame. This is about a recognition of the root energetic causation of the externalized symptomatic presentation of fuckery. What is it, Em? What is it? That's right. I'm full of fuckery inside myself. The way people attack me outside of myself is the very reflection to the fucking T of how I attack myself or previously would attack myself. Ain't that some shit? The moment I stopped attacking myself very silently, and it doesn't matter if you tell other people what you say to yourself. Uh huh. Doesn't matter. The moment I stopped that bullshit behavior directed at me, that bullshit stopped outside of me. I didn't have to tell anyone off. I didn't have to tell my side of the story. I own my journey. I've never made a mistake in life. I have inadvertently chosen more difficult ways to learn lessons. I have um, consciously chosen to continue connecting with people that my soul had already told me would lead to unnecessary pain. Something I chose. Do I have to attack myself for choosing? Oh, girl, you're so stupid. Why do you always? No. I came to a realization. At that time, I didn't know there were options of easy, hard. I just kind of lived. And it's time for me to recognize I often choose the harder way because I want an elevated level of growth. Ooh, I always choose the hard path. Why? Because it develops me more deeply. But Emmy, it could be easier. Yeah, it could, but not for me. And it's not because I'm stupid. It's not because I'm a pushover or weak. It's because I'm that strong that I can handle the harder path and still grow from it, even more profoundly than the easy way. Let that sink in. I'm not the only one that's going through this. I'm really not. Many of the Pisceans and empaths are also going through this. You're just not giving yourself the opportunity to see what's actually happening. You're allowing yourself to believe in the societal programming that tells you it's because you're weak, it's because you're a pushover, it's because you're an easy target, it's because Pisces, it's because empaths, oh, you're too sensitive, oh, you wear your heart on your sleeve. Fact is, we are limitless. Limitless. 2 being the number of guidance, 0 being the number of origination. Ooh, you're being guided back to your 0 point. This point right before you fractionated yourself in order to fit in that box. And if you've done that in life, okay, what's the big deal? Get out of the fucking box, pick up your pieces, allow your soul to put them back together and keep going. But Emmy, I already failed. According to who? Because someone told you you failed? Okay, well, let me tell you, you haven't. Who's more right? My, Michael says to point out, will you listen to someone who does not understand themselves, does not understand their journey, blindly accepts what they're told, willingly oppresses themselves? Or listen to the crazy girl who's taken the time to really look at her shadow and become her own friend? That's deep. I don't know if I'm ready for that type of recognition. Yeah, because guys, I'm going through the same journey as you, just more publicly. I mean, you saw that right there. I was just reiterating what Michael was saying, and then it hit me like, I don't know if I'm that. I don't think it's that. No, girl, you're that. You're that. Can you say you're that? Have you ever have you ever experienced enough of your truth rising up that you shake? Because there's still this part of you that wants to fight it, but the truth is like, fuck you. I'm coming out. Mm, I think we're both still working on it. Moving right along. Card number 2, balance. You have to balance your truth with your unwillingness to accept the truth. You need to reestablish balance within your life. not balance as defined by society and experts in the field of human flesh. Because what exists within the flesh is so far beyond the limited concepts of science. And if you want to begin some debate regarding modern science, the only thing modern science has consistently done is prove itself wrong after enough time has passed. All of these concepts that this is a finite thing, this is it, this is the truth. Give it enough time. Science further down the line proves all of this was a fucking lie. So, coming from someone who used science as her religion for such a long time, it lied to me as much as my Catholicism. And now, with a heart that's tired of the lies, I listen only to my soul. Mm. That's deep. Card number 11, flashover. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. Your greatness, your lack thereof, it's all in your head. Whatever you believe about yourself is what your truth is. It's what other people will respond to. If you believe you're not worth it, if you believe all the negative things that your life has tried to convince you about yourself, then that's what you are. There is nothing that anyone can ever do to change that. Only you have the power to do that. So, is this about lying to yourself and trying to force yourself to believe things that you don't really truly believe, even about yourself, regardless of how positive it is? No, this is about you being honest. Like, I don't know if that's the truth. A part of me feels like it is, but I don't know that I've developed enough personal belief in myself and my worth. Like, logically, I know I'm worthy. Emotionally, I don't know so much, but maybe my emotion needs more time to mature. And maybe I can just accept this and say, thank you, soul, for that reminder. Please give me time to come to terms with that truth. Mm, mm. That's some of the most loving things you can say to yourself. Acknowledging that there is possibly some truth in this beautiful thing that my soul is trying to tell me about myself, but I'm not quite there yet where I've developed, matured enough to be able to fully understand, accept, and appreciate this truth about me. But someday I'll get there. It might be later today, it might be tomorrow, might be next week, next month, next year, next lifetime. But at some point, I will get there. And I love myself enough to take as long as I need. That's a powerful place to exist. Some people will be, oh no, you have to recognize how strong you are. Why? I'm not here to applaud myself. I'm here to be fully present in the process that I go through, to recognize the truths that have always existed within me. That's the most beautiful part of life, being fully present as you unwrap the gift that you are, layer after layer of distorted belief and perception. You unwrap yourself like the gift that you are. Ooh, that's fucking powerful and beautiful. Card number 1, make peace with your past. Let the toxicity that you've held in your core because other people have injected it. And this is not about blaming others. This is about a recognition of parts of your history. Other people have injected distorted beliefs within you through their words, through their actions, malicious or not. It's been injected within you as a sensitive being. And you've held that. Held that for what? For what? Michael says he likes when I say, for what? Okay, so here. He's giving me some like visual. It's like a little movie that plays. How about we go ahead and visualize there are beakers upon beakers upon beakers full of flammable substances. These are representative of all the toxicity you have taken in. Excuse me. Beakers upon beakers upon beakers. Yeah? What do we do with that? I might get in trouble for saying this. Michael told me to. Turn it into a flammable cocktail. A spiritual inferno is about to ensue. You take those beakers of spiritual gas, all the ways in which life and the people within it have gaslit you. Stuff a little bit of cloth, make it lace, make it pretty. Stuff it at the top. Light that lace and chuck that bitch. It's time to burn the bridges that allow the toxicity to continue entering you in your life. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. I can't say the word. Yes, Elijah. Spiritual. Burn those fucking bridges. You have to stop allowing your loyalty to people's unrecognized potentiality to betray your loyalty to yourself. If they are toxic and they bring toxicity to you through their presence, through their whining, through whatever it is, burn that fucking bridge. I can't do that. That's so mean. Yeah? Mean to whom? Mean to whom? Mean to this person who doesn't give a shit how they make you feel. They're going to unload their toxicity on you, and then they go about their merry way because now they've unloaded. Or mean to yourself because you continue to volunteer to be the martyr. Here's something I learned from my own life. Martyrdom is emotional manipulation. I'm going to allow myself to hurt and suffer so that I can force you to see me in a specific way. That's emotional manipulation. No, but I'm a good person. Are you? Or are you a manipulator? Right? Yeah, it's manipulation. And I know this because I recognize this within myself. Yeah, I would over volunteer for shit. Why? Well, because I want you to see me as a good person because I don't really know if I am. So if I do this and you thank me profusely, which I don't want you to thank me, I mean, heaven forbid I get credit for what I'm doing. But if I do this, then I can have this feeling of, you know, I'm a good person. I did this, 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 and this to you. But of course, I'd never say that to you. But in my mind, I've cataloged how many brownie points I've earned for what? That type of behavior is an expression of codependency. Codependency stems from childhood traumas that made you feel abandoned, rejected, alone. I will go out of my way and give you whatever I can. Please just stay. Because if you stay, no matter how you treat me or use me, then that means I'm not as unworthy as my childhood makes me feel I am. How about this? How about you just sit in silence with yourself so you can understand quite a bit of the roots of the weeds that have grown in your spiritual, mental, and emotional gardens? Not all weeds are useless. Sometimes these weeds that we have no value for, like the codependency. What if that codependency weed is like a dandelion? Everyone wants to spray all sorts of glyphosate bullshit on it to kill it because it's ugly, it's useless. Um, and then, you know, we search a little bit deeper and we recognize, holy shit, dandelion is actually a superfood. You could eat the leaves, you could eat the roots, you can actually turn it into tea, which becomes a very potent tonic. Supports the body. It's so fucking amazing, especially the liver, the part of you that helps filtering what you are metabolizing. What's the liver's function? Filtering. What's its spiritual connection? What emotion does it connect with? I think anger. What is anger? Unrecognized sadness. Are you sad? And you won't allow yourself to recognize that? Did something happen to you to make you sad, but you wouldn't give yourself permission to be sad? And instead, ooh, 99% at 936, 9999. 3 plus 6 is 9. 18, 18, 9, 9, 18, 9. This all comes down to you recognizing the process of rediscovering and reconnecting with your divinity. What makes you sad? How is that sadness expressed? You have lung problems? That's because you've allowed yourself to become so fearful of the processing of the pain from which the sadness erupted and fermented into anger. So, what do you need to do now? Give yourself permission to recognize the life that you've lived, not so you can further shame yourself, but to give yourself credit for how much you've survived. And once you're finished recognizing how much you've survived, give yourself permission to enter into a state of thriving. You are not here simply to survive. You are here to thrive and serve as a lighthouse. I mean, you're going to be one weak ass lighthouse if it's just a dim glow. And you have society creating mental fog all around you. How are you going to serve your purpose in that way? Well, I don't want to hurt anyone's eyes. Fuck them. They can turn away. At some point, they will turn away. Once they realize they can't dominate you and control you and feed off of you anymore, they're going to turn away anyways. Stop being afraid of losing the people who have no right to be a part of your life. It is okay for you to recognize that person has no right accessing me. That person has malicious intent. They have no right to hold space within my mind, within my heart, within my life. That is not mean. It is speaking your truth. So speak. Speak your truth. You belong to paradise. Oftentimes, when we think of paradise, we think of beaches, tropical beaches. We think of lush landscapes, tropical jungles, things like that. You see the big picture. It's beautiful. But really, when you zoom in, I mean, what are beaches made of? Broken rocks that have eroded to the point that they're little grains of sand. And when you take a small scoop of that sand and you put it in a microscope, you actually see that oftentimes you're walking on the remains of things that have died long before you ever existed as the person you are now. Beaches are graveyards. Wow. So, what do you need to do? Fucking enjoy the scenery. Do you need to zoom in that close to look for things that make you feel uncomfortable and sad and grossed out and not able to enjoy yourself in your life? No, you don't. Sometimes it's appropriate, but not all the time. And I think that's part of our problem as empaths and Pisceans. We do this almost all the time for no reason other than because we can. And maybe we do this because we can, because it preoccupies us from processing how other people have made us feel. Because again, heaven forbid we hurt their feelings as we explain the truth of what they've done to us. And at that point, if that's your logic, you're not a victim. You're an active participant. Let that really sink in. So it's time for us to enter into a state of maturity, emotional and mental, allowing yourself to fully exist in all your different colors. You are not one or another. It is not all or nothing. You have so many different fractals, so many different faces, and these faces are all a part of you. Just because you're one way with one group and a different way with a different group doesn't make you fake. It makes you accommodating. Those are still both aspects of you. And hey, I'm sorry if I recognize this group can't handle my intensity, so I keep it surface level. And I'm sorry if this group brings out another aspect of me. I'm just trying to accommodate. I'm just trying so hard to make everyone else not as uncomfortable as I am being who I am. And it's okay for you to recognize that you're uncomfortable being who you are. This is not about, oh, I love the skin I'm in. I love my shape. Well, that's good and everything. But what about your emotions? What about your mental health? Where is that at? Do you feel satisfied with life? Do you feel as though you've achieved the things you believe you should have achieved at this point in your journey? And those things you believe you should have achieved at this point, are they really your goals, or are they part of a list that society and family has told you you are to subscribe to? I'm pretty sure it's the second. I've had so many people like, oh my God, Emmie, I'm almost 30. I'm not even married yet and I have no kids. Well, do you want to be married? Do you want to have kids? It's okay for you to say no. Not everyone needs to have kids, you know? I know quite a few people who probably shouldn't have had kids because it stressed them out to the point where they're just unhappy. There was this one person that I know. Um, she was approaching 30, and she said that, people who meant a lot to her had told her she's so selfish for trying to preserve her figure. Um, and that's why she won't have kids. And she said to me, seeing you with your son, I'm just too selfish to do that. I can't have a kid right now. And I said, that's the most powerful truth you have ever spoken. I respect you so much for saying that. She's like, really? Yes. Why the fuck would you have a kid if you know you need to focus on yourself? That's not selfish. That's truthful. And I fucking respect you so hard for that. I used to think you were just a fucking airhead and like I had no value for you, like superficial. And I told her this. And I was like, you saying that? Like, oh my God, I made all these assumptions about you. Wow, you're fucking powerful in that shit. And she's like, really? You don't think I'm selfish? I was like, no, that's the most loving thing you could ever do for your future children. You ever have children. I mean, not everyone's meant to have children. It's okay. You don't have to. I love kids. That's why I have 11. But yeah, no, not everyone needs to have kids. Not everyone has to get married. Not everyone has to own a house. You live your life by numbers, but you're not a fucking number. What are you, a serial code? No, no. So I got to a point in my life where, I mean, I already have the two kids years ago. I already have the two kids. So I'm already married. What do we do next? I mean, we're renting a condo. Oh, let's buy a fucking house. Then we'll like have achieved everything. So we bought a house and then we got the dog. We had the two kids, the house and the dog, and what do we do next? And then I got pregnant. And you'd think that everyone would be celebrating, like, oh my God, you're pregnant again. No, apparently after the second child, um, family and friends would be like, girl, don't you have enough? Don't you? And then another, and then, yeah, after the second child, in case you don't know, after the second child, people are less likely to celebrate. Like, girl, what you fucking popping out puppies? Is this a puppy mill? Hmm. The best, I fucking love my mom. The best was when my mom found out I was pregnant with the last baby, and she's like, save some babies for the other women. You don't have to have all the babies. What? She told me to let other women repopulate the earth. That's they don't have to have that as my job. That's some shit right there. We push ourselves to exhaustion. And my mom was hella truthful. I fucking love people be like, oh, your mom was savage. I'm like, yeah, right? Fucking amazing. I love that shit. I do. I do. She would yell vagina in Tagalog in any store. I'm like, you have like reproductive organ Tourette's. She's like, no, I don't. You drop something, I pookie. Yeah. That's where I come from. I love how outspoken you are. Y'all should have met my mama. Card number 9. She's old school. Oh, she has such a pretty face. For a fat girl. She was talking to me. Okay. Card number 9, exhaustion. Exhaustion. You exhaust yourself trying to accommodate everyone's beliefs of how you should live, who you should be, what you should do, when you should do it, where you should do it. Let me give you an example. Years ago, we sold our house in California. We made a considerable profit, and then we decided to just travel pretty much nonstop. And nobody supported that. Everyone was like, oh my God, you're so irresponsible. You have no stability for your kids. Are you hiding from the law? I don't even have a fucking parking ticket. What are you talking about? I've never been arrested. What is wrong with you? Yeah. Everyone said it was irresponsible, and I was gone for several years, and I came back, and they were like, oh my God, that's so freeing for you. I wish I had the courage. Yeah, bitch, weren't you the one that was telling me I was fucking irresponsible as a mother? Hmm? That I wasn't providing my children with stability? I tell you right now, living for several years on the road, technically as transients, living several years on the road, my children bonded with their parents, not with electronics, not with material things, not with a structure called a house. The home was where the family was together. That's some shit. That is some shit. Being on the road in a confined space called an RV, you don't have much space for material things. You bond with each other so deeply to the point where my 19-year-old is like, I'm at a point in my life where I need to be an adult and I need to be able to enjoy being at home with my family. I'm like, you don't want to move out? I mean, I'm not asking him to move out. He's like, no, I love my family. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. I wouldn't have that if I listened to other people telling me that I needed to put my all of my fucking kids in daycare so I could work, so I could afford to take them to Disneyland, which is fucking demonic to begin with, and be able to have like a nice fancy house and a nice huge, yard and multiple cars and all. Fuck that shit. Mm-mm. My kids need to know their parents are fully present in their life, that they can come to us for anything. They will never be pushed out. I don't give a shit how old you are. I mean, your wife or your husband or whatever you choose might not like living with us because mommy's a little. You can put your dish away. You can wash that. You can put that away. You can fold that. They might not like that, but you can stay with me for as long as I'm here because I don't need you to be out. I know because I've been fully present in your life, your entire life, that you are so fucking capable of taking over the whole world and making it into a beautiful place. I believe in you and your potential that much that I'm not afraid to let you go, but you are welcome to stay and enjoy time with me for as long as you want. Because fuck society. Sleep in my bed if you want. There's nothing shameful about being your mother. There's nothing shameful about the bonding time that you spend with your family, with your friends, with whoever. Live your life the way it feels right. This is how you bring in your destiny. by being fully present in your life instead of living by a list of what you need to accomplish by what time. Who created that list? I'm sorry. Who created that list? I need to fucking know this. Was it a really rich fucking family with debutante daughters who created this list that you needed to be out by this time because I don't want to pay for your high maintenance ass no fucking more? And so we need to find another person to take care of you because we didn't teach you no life fucking skills. Who created this list that all of us are now forced to live by? And if we don't, we are non compliant and worthless? I'm sorry. I just want to put this out there. I don't have a college education, and I'm not ashamed. I can stand toe to toe with any medical professional with no initials after my name. I can stand toe to toe with legal professionals without any initials after my name. I can stand toe to toe with any professional in any field. Give me the fucking terms. I got Google on my phone. We'll speak in your language. No college education. And that's important to note because I have no debt. I don't have the letters after my name, but I do have a wellspring of knowledge and wisdom in my brain that makes me so fucking valuable to myself and my family. And there is nothing prideful or boastful to know this truth and speak it. You have to be able to know your truth and speak it with no shame, no hesitation, no guilt. My knowing and acceptance of my worth does not diminish yours because we're not comparing. And if my utterance of my worth upsets you, it's because you yourself are silently comparing to me, and you, for some reason, have determined you are less than me. And so you need me to shut up in order for you to feel less ashamed of how little you've accomplished. That got nothing to do with me, y'all. It's got nothing to do with you. Know your worth. Know your history, know what you have been through, embrace it, and use it to uplift yourself. You're exhausted? Well, shit. All these things that you've been through in life, they can serve as little sticks to prop you up. Make yourself some fucking, what are they called? Crutches. Crutches. Pad the shoulder part with a whole bunch of beautifully soft words so they don't chafe your armpits, but you have all the components you need to be your own crutch. You do. You're that efficient and powerful, whether you want to recognize it or not. So now, receptivity. Are you willing to receive your truth and power? Because it's coming in. It's coming in, okay? This is coming in through all sorts of different frequencies that are being used right now on society, and frequencies, excuse me, coming in from galactic sources. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the Schumann resonance is doing some crazy ass shit again. It's going to continue. Card number 13, cat spirit. Claim your independence. Become independent from the matrix that seeks to oppress you. Become independent from that. Become a free thinker. Think for yourself. Hear everyone, but decide for yourself what you will take in as your truth. Okay? Card number 40, mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. Tend to the small things. So many of us think we're a small thing. We're not that big of a deal. We're this, we're that. I have so many other things that I need to get. Tend to the small things. Your soul is telling you this, okay? Card number 55, snake spirit. Time to heal. Allow the healing to eat the mouse. That little annoying mouse that lives in your head telling you you're not worth the fight. You are not worth the process that brings you a deeper and higher recognition of yourself and your worth. Allow it to consume all your fears. Just allow it. Allow it. Don't continue letting yourself be a prisoner of your own life. Allow it. Allow it. Hold on. I got to see what time. Okay. All right. Nope, it's for anyone who's here and resonates. It's not just for Pisces. For empaths, spiritual workers, all of that. All right. Let's see. Here we go. So, card number 20, power of sound. Sound is a frequency that is audible. Light is a frequency that is seen. All is frequency. Energy is the very fabric of this time space matrix. Okay. So, the power of sound, something was said either to you or said into the world. I don't know, speech, whatever. It created a very distorted stream of information. This is coming in through your crown. This was in the past, so it could be recent past, not so recent past. Potentiality of being tied to all this political bullshit going on. No, it's going to be different for everyone. But something was being seeded. It has to do with belief systems. Card number 53, present, earth, belief system. This is something that we're going through. It's a process of change leading to a solid foundation. 5 plus 3 is 8, the number of reunification. A change that leads to a solid foundation that creates the platform, the foundation from which a reunification will occur. Now, card number 103, spiritual sovereignty, Esasani parallel. The Esasani, really? I'm being told that part of the human etheric genome was hybridized with Esasani. They're like the size of toddlers, though. Like, what? Ooh. Okay. So then, how does this apply to this reading? Okay. So the Esasani, they were very peaceful. They were more like observers. They traveled quite a bit. They were like galactic transients. Y'all, just really quick, I used to love the term gypsy. I would be like, oh, I have a gypsy heart. Yeah, until someone who's Romani told me, yeah, please don't use that word anymore. It's the equivalent of using the N word. Okay. I was like, what? What? Yeah. Okay. So they were like galactic transients. Now they were abused by quite a few different malicious galactic races. Okay. Harvest energy from spiritual sovereignty, spiritual sovereign, the belief system, and whatever the running um, recording is, they're harvesting. They're harvesting something. They're harvesting either your allegiance, your energy, whatever it is, you're being fucking harvested. I would smack that bitch up. No, you can't harvest from me no more. Fuck that shit. Okay, there you go. Seeds of polarity. They use the power of sound to trigger belief systems that harvest energy from spiritual sovereigns, and they're using seeds of polarity to perpetuate this. They're ushering in something. Don't know what. Card number 51, conservative attachments. So long as you continue to attach yourself to a conservative view of life where there is only one way to do this, my way or no way, then it's going to be pretty fucked up. Yeah, let's be honest. It's going to be really fucked up. It's going to slate into that queue some really ugly shit. Really, really ugly shit. Music, Lady Gaga. Oh my God. Did she recently perform for the inauguration stuff? I know there was a lot of stuff going around about what she was wearing. Um, Am I allowed to say that? Okay. Card number 15, courageousness. Ooh, Lyra, present. Card number 15, courageousness. Ooh, Blu-ray is gonna fuck shit up. Yeah, energetically. I'm not talking about Civil War and shit. Energetically, woo! Fuck yeah. Card number 65, refining galactic lineage. Fudge. Thank you, Mads the Hated. Refining galactic lineage. So, what this is, going back to the Essassani, you have to begin consciously choosing to allow to be harvested from you the distortions. Let them take all of that shit. Give it back. Give it back. Set this intention. Whatever is mine remains with me. Whatever is mine remains with me. Whatever is mine remains with me. Let yourself feel that. Really let yourself feel that. So Elijah says, power of sound, music can emit waves as well as manipulate emotions. In addition to that, there is a parasitic strain that has been reseeded on this earth plane that has the ability to bypass your auric shield through electrotonal waves. Electrotonal waves are seen and heard. Seen and heard. These organs are created to pull in electrotonal waves to be processed by the brain. These waves will bypass your auric shield. Pulling it in, pulling it in, not even knowing. I call it 2M. I got into a lot of deep shit, like drama ass shit, when this first popped off a few years ago. I was heavily, heavily publicly attacked over my knowing and recognition that this strain is present on this earth plane. It ties into the Essassani. It ties into Lyra. It ties into the Lyran warriors who were dispatched to neutralize this ungodly genome. Galactic refinement. Second war is coming. That's some shit. Didn't mean to say that out loud. Sorry. So let's go ahead and do this real quick, okay? I want to okay. Let me just slow myself down. Slow myself down. I just got myself all riled up. All right. I swear by this stuff. I tell you, I swear by this stuff. This is a new bottle. I usually use the full spectrum, which has a little bit of THC. For some reason, that one works so beautifully for me. I'm usually reactive to THC, meaning I get fucking violent. That's why I don't smoke. That's why I don't do edibles. But that one, oh, I don't know what it is. I think it's the person who grows it. But this one is a broad spectrum. The only difference is the THC goes through a process to remove it. So it's completely THC free. And then their mom makes hard lotion bars. This one is infused with lavender. It smells so good. And it has not THC, it has CBD. So I used to make my kids our toiletries. I would hand make everything. I'm that kind of fucking mom. I would make them a whipped body butter. But this is very similar ingredients: beeswax, butter blend, cocoa, shea, mango, apricot, avocado, and sweet almond oil. It's very similar to what I used to make. minus the beeswax, because you can't have a whipped body butter with beeswax. It's the beeswax to make it into a bar. All right. So now this is what I'm going to do. Tinctures involve alcohol. It's like an alcohol, I don't know, distilling process, something like that. This is an oil. So the oil is infused with a hemp flower that's grown. Um, this specific farmer, I was going to say A1 Yola, but I guess I shouldn't because that gives it a different meaning. Okay, I'm chill now. What I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of energy work, okay? My energy will always honor your sovereignty without permission from your higher self. None of this energetic work will affect you, will enter your field or any of that. The purpose of this work is to raise frequency, help you to feel a little more empowered in your own journey, not to dominate someone else, but to feel secure with yourself and your soul. This is about empowerment. This is about allowing yourself to really, really step into your power and with the authority vested in you by creation itself to welcome in your destiny. Okay? So breathe very deep and very slow. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Allow yourself to become centered in your truth. Allow your personal power to rise up. Allow yourself to acknowledge what is rightfully yours. Peace, stillness, personal power, those are all a part of your birthright. Peace, stillness, personal power, those are all a part of your birthright. Peace, stillness, personal power, those are all a part of your birthright. For those of you sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel your hands tingling as creation itself gives you back the keys to unlock the cages, the doors that have kept you from receiving your peace, your stillness, your personal power. Really allow this back into you. This is yours. This is not my energy. This is not anyone else's energy. This is you becoming aware of the energetics of your birthright. This is your energy. All of this belongs to you. Take another deep breath in. Slow exhale out. Feel yourself in your body. Feel the differences in how you feel: physical, emotional, mental. Welcome back home to yourself. So take a moment if you want. You can remain with your eyes closed for as long as you want. I really appreciate you sharing space with me when I'm live. It means the world to me. So thank you for being present. If you could please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'm starting a promotion. Well, before I say that, if some of you are interested in the CBD that I use, I've used so many different brands. This is the only one I swear by. Um, you can go to durangobotanicals.com, and when it's time to check out, put in the code Emmie Evolving. And with that, you should be receiving 25% off of your order. All the proceeds that we generate from the affiliate commission for all the sales through that website, if you use the Emmie Evolving code, it would all go to help continue supporting my brother. If you haven't already visited his GoFundMe, the link is in the pinned comment up above. Please go check it out. If you can't donate right now, I don't want you to put yourself in any kind of financial hardship. Sharing out this campaign is just as valuable and appreciated to me and my family as you donating any amount at all. Okay. We really, really appreciate the support in all of its forms. You guys have no idea how much you've done, not just for me. He's starting to thrive. For months, he refused to let anyone visit him. Yesterday, he allowed some friends to come over. As someone who has lived so social, always being around other people, this is huge. He's still very sick. He's still very weak. But the fact that he's allowing other people to witness him physically, you guys did that for him. You did that for me. We have no idea how much your support means. And I try not to talk about it too much because I cry every time. But it's important for you guys to know how much you have done to support the two of us in this healing journey. You have no idea. No idea. So, thank you guys so much. I got to get going. I love y'all. I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye.